welcome back to Life Coach Coast to Coast. This is Eric Allen. I am your life coach, and you are the Coast to Coast. How are you all doing today? This is a wonderful 12/2/2020 as the time of this recording. If you are listening to this remotely or after the fact or watching this on a VOD or YouTube channel, be aware this information might be stale by now. It probably isn't, though. We're going to be talking about seasonal affective disorder, as well as a couple of parenting tips and something that you might want to know about your relationships this holiday season. All right, as usual, we are going to jump over to the full screen chat. Say hello to everybody. How are you doing today? This has been a really great week for me already. I feel like it is not possible for it to be Wednesday, and yet it is. It's been kind of crazy how fast the weeks have been going by, because do you guys remember in the beginning of the year just was going so slow? Like, it was like a month was half a year and everything just was going so slowly. It was crazy. Now it's the opposite. Now it's like really fast, and it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. I can't imagine the year going by as slowly as it was before, but at the same time flies when you're having fun. I hope you guys are also having fun. I hope your week has been great. I hope that Monday gave you something to chew on and something that you could use. I know that some of these are specific to parenting, but I try to get something in for everybody at every one of these. This week, we have on Wednesday a personal growth article, which really is more about just like handling yourself, especially during the holidays. So let's go right over to the overlay. I just want to give a quick shout out to Rainbow Paint. She was able to take my very rudimentary color schemes and everything, and she was able to put it into beautiful colors again. You can see some of these slides have some shading now and some different hues, and so she's really done a great job of making that look really great. So shout out to her and the great work that she continues to do. The mug of the day, in case you're wondering, if you can't see it, it is a mug that is gigantic. It is like just my size because I'm a large person. And it says, "Pirates, ninjas, and robots agree. I'm awesome." I'm sure it's talking about the mug full of coffee and not the owner of the mug. Yep, it's talking about the mug of coffee. It is delicious. It's time for a double sip. If you caught me on Instagram earlier, you would know that this was a fresh brewed pot of coffee that I just filled up this beautiful mug with. So we are ready to rock. We are beginning this stream on the right foot. Let's get to the overlay. Of course, going to Life Coach Coast to Coast, which is exactly as it sounds, lifecoachcoasttocoast.com. You can check out all of our articles here. The blog spots that I've been creating are all on here and archived. And if we go to the personal growth articles, you will see today's article. I am feeling down this holiday season. What can I do? Well, lucky for you, we're going to talk about that right now. I'm going to also expand on it. I did, I'll just show you this really quickly. I promised you guys I would be doing more well-researched articles. I'm just zooming in a little bit so you guys can read this with me. And I did. I made sure that these articles are, going to have links to the things I'm talking about. Don't take my word for it. Click on the links that are in here. I reference the Mayo Clinic, Healthline, Pharmacy Times. So I will have links. Some of them are just for fun, but I definitely want to have a well-researched article that you can use and you can hopefully share with people whenever I'm doing these things with somebody that you think that it would be relevant to read. So hopefully you guys are sharing. Again, as always, feel free to comment in the comments section. And I'm also on social media. So without further ado, let's talk about the article of the day. I'm feeling down this holiday season. What can I do? Well, whatever you can get yourself to do, actually. I mean, and this is true. Like, people ask me all the time, like, what can I do about X, Y, or Z? Like, I don't know. And I hate to be the dad joke, but I don't know. What can you do? Because seriously, it's not about what is possible. It's about what you're willing and able to accomplish. I mean, I could tell somebody, you got to fix that leak in your sink by going under your sink, and it's very simple. And you go in and you open it up and you turn the water off, and then you find the washer that's like run down and it's all degraded, and you put in a new one and you reattach the pipe. But if you can't do that, or you don't have the tools to do it, knowing what the solution is not very helpful. So it is kind of tongue-in-cheek, as most of my articles are, but it isn't inaccurate. It is important to just remember all the things that I over recommend. if you're having trouble actually doing them, you might be lacking motivation, you might be lacking energy, and you might be lacking tools. So at that point, always feel free to contact me, Eric Allen, at holisticlifeconsultants.com, and I'd be happy to set up an appointment with you and see what we can do to help. The article continues, many people every year suffer from seasonal affective disorder or symptoms that would fit under that umbrella. Hello, Miss Nick. How are you doing today? Now, without making a diagnosis for you, my hypothetical client, I'd say the good news is that there are many potential remedies to help keep you from becoming a lump of coal this winter. Because who wants that, except for people who are furnaces? Firemen is what I'm saying. It's a pun. Okay, the Mayo Clinic, see? Serious. The Mayo Clinic defines seasonal affective disorder as a type of depression that's related to changes in the seasons. SAD, my favorite acronym for a disorder, not to make light of the fact that people get depressed during fall and winter, but honestly, the name is funny, right? Like, sad. It's sad. I guess it is sad. I'll stop picking on it. SAD begins and ends at about the same times every year. If you're like most people with SAD, your symptoms start in the fall and continue into the winter months, sapping your energy and making you feel moody. That's a quote from them. The Mayo Clinic's definition is super specific and helpful, but there are some common signs to look out for when you're searching WebMD and trying to self-diagnose your winter blues. I know you've read through WebMD and found your runny nose means that you have 5 different terminal illnesses, as have I, as have we all. Just wanted to throw that out there. WebMD surfing, not the Wikipedia for your health. It's not a good idea. Talk to your doctor. WebMD is not your doctor. Just want to be really clear about that. So here are some SAD symptoms to look out for. And this is all from the same article from the Mayo Clinic. So some of these symptoms include feeling depressed most of the day, nearly every day. Losing interest in activities that you once enjoyed. Having problems with sleeping. Feeling sluggish or agitated. Having difficulty concentrating. Feeling hopeless, worthless, or even guilty. I know that's kind of weird, like that you could feel guilt as a symptom of a seasonal disorder, but it's true. Having frequent thoughts of death or suicide. Yes, seasonal affective disorder can get very, very serious, and if you feel like you're out of control and you all of a sudden are having these suicidal thoughts, it really could be seasonal affective disorder. Again, I'm not diagnosing, and you need to talk to your doctor. Oversleeping. Appetite changes, especially a craving for foods high in carbs. That's me all the time. And weight gain. So that's a bunch of fun things to deal with every fall and winter. But in all seriousness, there are some concrete things that you can do to fight back against this depressing cluster of symptoms. One of the simplest solutions is a SAD lamp or a light box. So I know that sounds it's a sad lamp. It is good. So Healthline.com, another reputable source, explains that these lamps replicate sunlight, which is one of the major deficits involved in seasonal emotional miasma. I love that word, even though it sucks. It's one of those things. It's like SAD being a great acronym for the disorder because it's appropriate. I love the word miasma, even though being in it actually sucks. They make the astute observation that you should speak with your doctor before just going out and buying one. There may be larger issues at hand here that we do not want to treat lightly. God, I sound like a medication commercial for a lamp. Ask your doctor if lamp is right for you. Lamp has been shown in many clinical trials to help with seasonal affective disorder. Side effects may include it being bright, your eyes burning. Staring into the lamp for too long can cause blindness. This is a permanent condition. Anyway, none of that is in the article. That's all just me right now. But if it is the right thing for you to use, I have seen major changes in clients' moods in a very short period of time after purchasing and correctly and most importantly, consistently using a SAD lamp or a sunbox. This is really important. Like all the things that I am going to tell you in this article, it's not about just going and buying something and having it and using it once and feeling better. As usual, with me, you can guess, especially if you've been here before, you can guess what I am going to say is the most important thing when you're trying any new skill and any new tool or any new trick. And you can shout it out if you want while I drink my coffee. It is consistency over time. Using this consistently over time and correctly is what's going to make a difference. During this difficult time of the year, you should also try to resolve any nutritional deficiencies that you might have. That's sound advice. It's almost like staying hydrated. So Just Vitamins, which is another website that deals obviously with vitamins, lists vitamin D and omega-3 fatty acids as ways to fight SAD. Vitamin D is actually called the sunshine vitamin, since sunlight encourages our bodies to create vitamin D naturally, which is kind of cool. It's one of the things that our body actually makes. It's also an oil. Like if you've ever taken a vitamin D supplement, usually they're little like capsules of oil. Anyway, both vitamin D and omega-3 fatty acids are readily available and relatively inexpensive supplements that you can grab at the grocery store or just online. I have a list of things that I could send you. Just email me, ericallen@holisticlifeconsultants.com. I keep saying that, but seriously, email me. I'll send you my vitamin list. Again, it's not prescriptive. I am not a doctor. I am not a nutritional expert. This is what I use after I consulted with doctors and nutritional experts, and it's what's right for me. But ask your doctor if, like, you might have like a really high level of something like vitamin D naturally because of something else you're doing. God knows. You can overdose on vitamins. And just as a total side tangent, and I can't really do too many tangents today because I actually have a 2:00 appointment. Vitamins are drugs, and I need to be really clear about this. Minerals are not. Minerals are building blocks. They're actually just, they're rocks. They're minerals. But vitamins are chemicals. So they have a chemical composition. They're drugs. We call them vitamins because they are either essential or non-essential, but they're things that our body uses for various functions. But they're still drugs. They're chemicals. So you can overdose on, for instance, vitamin C. And ironically, vitamin C in too high a dosage can cause scurvy, which vitamin C cures if you have a deficiency. Much like potassium, you can have too little potassium and it can affect your heart. Too much potassium can seize your heart. So without getting too far into the weeds about like all the effects of different vitamins, it is important that you get blood tests and that you don't just jump on a bunch of supplements, because I've seen some weird things. Like when I was working at a cancer treatment center, I saw a woman who was taking colloidal silver for so long, her skin was this like ashen bluish color. Her whole body. She was doing creams, she was doing like tinctures, she was like, she was way into holistic stuff, and she permanently dyed her body. That was weird. That was really weird. She looked, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to keep, it was weird. So just be careful and don't just do a bunch of supplements. Talk to your doctor. But anyway, again, Just Vitamins is suggesting that these are inexpensive supplements that you can use to fight SAD and sadness. Just Vitamins has also gotten some consensus with PharmacyTimes.com that 5-HTP, which comes from an African bean, so that's fun, St. John's wort, which does not come from actual warts, and melatonin, which is actually an amazing song by the Silver Sun Pickups, and also a hormone, so be careful about that, can help you too. Again, talking to your doctor before piling on a bunch of supplements. If you get the all clear from your doctor, or you got blood test results back that show deficiencies in vitamin D3, these might help you to have an easier time decking the halls and ringing in the new year. Thank God it's going to be 2021. Everybody else happy with that, 2021? I'm pretty stoked. Quick note on melatonin. Be very careful with any hormones. Melatonin is different than a vitamin, and it's different than a mineral. It is a hormone. So when you mess with your hormones in your body, they affect different people differently. And I know that there's a lot of effects of melatonin. And there's some rumoring about melatonin with COVID and how it treats that. And melatonin is typically talked about in the alternative medicine community as being helpful for sleep. I don't personally recommend it, but hey, that's just me. Take a look, see what works for you. And again, I mean, if you're having, like, let's scroll back up here for a minute. If you're having issues with suicidality and depression and appetite loss and oversleeping, talking to your doctor about that, first of all, is a must. But if they recommend something like a melatonin and a vitamin D3, and you see that that could change those horrible symptoms, might be worth a shot, just saying. And finally, exercise. Staying hydrated, getting enough sleep, but not too much, and therapy can also help you if you're suffering from the winter blues. Actually, all of these things tend to be good all year round, no matter what you're going through. Or hey, you could hire a life coach. I happen to know one. I can give you his email, ericallen@holisticlifeconsultants.com. Getting assistance when it seems impossible to make positive changes can be the difference between happy holidays and the beginning scenes of It's a Wonderful Life. If you haven't seen that movie, I have a link in the article. It's a fantastic movie, but it has a really depressing beginning. ends well, but yeah, George Bailey, let's just say he wasn't a happy camper in the beginning. He probably suffered from seasonal affective disorder, but that's just me diagnosing a fictional character from the 1940s. That is your article of the day. I hope that was helpful. I hope that this is something that you can send off to people that you know that are suffering right now, that are depressed, maybe just feeling a little bit down, and maybe have some other severe symptoms, and maybe they just never notice the pattern because it's really hard to do that. It's really hard to notice when you're down and you're significantly down from where you normally are. The cat is pawing at the screen every time you scroll. Huh? This is for all you cats out there. Look at this. But yeah, I do hope that this article was helpful for you. You can always go back and look at it. It is on our Facebook page, which is Life Coach Coast to Coast. It is on our Google My Business, so that's in there as well, and under Holistic Life Consultants. And it's also on the website, lifecoachcoasttocoast.com. So feel free to share this and hopefully get some discussions going. And please feel free always to give people my information if they are suffering from seasonal affective disorder. I have a lot of experience with this. I have helped a lot of people with it, preclinical and clinical. So hopefully we can get them past the clinical part and feeling a lot better. All right, so that is the end of the article of the day. If you are listening to this on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you digest and consume all of your podcasts, this is the end of this segment. If you are watching this on YouTube, this is also where we must part ways. But if you are here live with us, stay tuned. We're going to do a brief BRB and show off some of Rainbow Paint's amazing work while playing some music for you, while I will take questions related to life coaching, personal growth, parenting, and relationship coaching. This is Life Coach Coast to Coast, and I am Eric Allen. We'll be right back. LOL.